What's going on, everybody? Well, the news is out. It's finally here. The reveal of Battlefield 5 has no lie, it cut off like 10 minutes ago. And the trailer is now officially available to view on their YouTube channel. And I got to say, I'm pretty impressed on what steps they're taking. There's a lot of key features that I think they hit on that, as far as new features and such, that are seem pretty cool. The first one I want to go over is fortifications, which essentially is somebody blows up a building, you can then fortify it. From the sounds of things, the way the guy said it was in World War I, you had the gas mask, and now in World War II, you have a toolbox. And with that toolbox, somebody blows a hole in the wall or knocks down an entire side of a wall, you can just rebuild that, fortify it up so that you can continue to use that location for, base of operations or cover or what have you. And I think that's pretty sweet. In a sense, you're building your own cover. I mean, that's exactly what you're doing, actually. So I think that is pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing more at EA Play. Number 2, soldier customization. This, I think, has been asked for a while, if I'm not mistaken. I have definitely been wanting soldier customization for a while. And this sounds like that it's pretty detailed. There's a screenshot. I don't have it in front of me, but I'm sure I'll have it in the video, of different things that you can customize, from face paint. What was the other stuff? I think obviously dog tags. We've been able to customize dog tags and such. Skins, like the way your character looks. So it's going to give you a definitive look instead of being just a random soldier on the battlefield. I think that's great. I think it's pretty stinking awesome. And I look forward to seeing more of that also. Number 3 is there's no premium pass. And I think that's fantastic. They're not going to divide their player base anymore. I think that they've probably discovered that it's more beneficial to not divide your audience, your player base. So no more premium pass. Everybody's going to get maps. Everybody's going to get weapons. So I think that's great, because I don't even know how many people are playing the Apocalypse DLC on Xbox right now. Very little, I think. No premium pass. Pat yourself on the back there, EA. You did a good job. Nice work. Number 4, they really stressed that it's not pay to win. They really stressed that, because I think a lot of people had concerns when it came to what happened with Battlefront and their pay to win sort of deal that they went with. But they wanted to make sure that that is not going to happen. It's never really been that way, and it never will be, is what they said. So that's good to know. Another thing that they said was you'll be physically moved by explosions, and you can kind of see this in the trailer. Which, side note, the trailer, if those are the actual visuals, it's pretty amazing. It looks completely cinematic, and it might be cinematic, but it looks great. But they said you can be physically moved by large explosions and explosions in general, which I think is super cool. That's just going to add to the immersion. You're just running along, next thing you know, you're face down in mud because a giant bomb went off, So I like that they're continuing to go for that realism. They're continuing to go for what's going to make it more gritty and more real. So that's super awesome. I like that little nugget that they threw in there. So Operations is making a comeback under the name of Grand Operations, and essentially it sounds a lot like the original Operations, except it takes place over a course of 4 days instead of, rounds. So the first round, that's 1 day, and depending on how many resources you use on that first day will determine how the second day is going to go, and so on and so forth. So I think, again, they're really trying to drill in that realism. They really made it sound like by the time you get to the 4th day, you're going to be desperate, and it's just you're having a big slugfest just going at it. And that sounds pretty cool. I think it could be. I think it could be great. They're also bringing back War Stories. War Stories is making a return, which is good because I actually enjoyed War Stories, and I'm looking forward to what they've got there. For the most part, that's essentially the key things that they brought to the reveal, which is pretty interesting. I honestly just thought we were going to get a trailer and that was going to be it, but they actually talked about gameplay mechanics and such as far as the fortification system. Talked about weapons a little bit. They also talked about vehicles, and a lot of them are vehicles and weapons that you would expect from World War II and things like that. And there's a little key things you can look for in the trailer, such as one of the guys has a silencer on his Thompson. And things like that. So I'm very interested to see attachments, how that's going to work out. If they're bringing back the system that they had in Battlefield 1, or if you can actually customize fully. And they showed a customization screen, so I'll have to, again, this whole thing ended like 10 minutes ago, so I'm trying to get this out as soon as I can. And I might do a trailer breakdown, depends. To be honest, the beginning of the trailer looked like campaign. And of course it's cinematic, the camera angles and how they went about it. It was all cinematic. But then they switched to what looked like gameplay, and I don't know, it looked too crisp, but they had the HUD on there, and it will truly be a technical marvel if that is the actual gameplay. I've been proven wrong before in the past saying, oh, that's CG, that's all cinematic. That's not going to be the actual gameplay, and it turns out that it is. So I'll be very excited to see actual in-game gameplay. I don't think we got a in-game footage, disclaimer at the bottom right. I think they were just showing off some of the features and the setting, and it was a reveal trailer. So there you go. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. I know some people are going to be very disappointed that it wasn't Vietnam or Bad Company 3, but we all knew, especially after the teaser that was released a couple days ago, that it was going to be World War II. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.